Hello and welcome to the WB Mason Coaches Report on GoHofstra.com. I'm Jim Sheehan, joined again by the head wrestling coach of the Hofstra Pride, Dennis Papadatos. And Coach, a great weekend this past Saturday, a big Hofstra Pride win over the Bulls of Buffalo, 22-17 after an early deficit. Tell us what you liked about that match.
First of all, it was great to have that crowd there. I think people need to understand it's so important. Our guys fed off it. Mike Petrovich ran and the Barn Brothers ran a youth tournament, so there was hundreds and hundreds of people in the stands, and there was actually hundreds of kids in the tournament, and they were wrestling on mats outside of our mat, and people were there, and they're obviously pretty much almost all Long Island people are pretty local, so they were excited. They had a lot invested in Hofstra wrestling as well, and our guys fed off the energy. So I think it's so important, please, to come out and support, because having the fans there are helping us get victories. So that was good, and obviously I was happy with the fight and the camaraderie more than anything else. Going into, there was 10 matches. We were heavy favorites in one match, even if they had their starter in, who was ranked 16th in the country. We felt like we were heavy favorites. And they were heavy favorites in two matches at 33 and 41. And then there was 7 matches that we thought could go either way. They were favorites in 25, but thought we could pull it out, and we won 5 of those 7, which the complete opposite happened at Binghamton. But this time we won 5 to 7, and the 2 we lost 25-6-4. It was 4-4 with 30 seconds left, and we lost 84-65. 2 matches we legitimately could have won all 7. We also won some of those matches close, but it was nice to pull out those tough wins against seasoned opponents and a seasoned coach. So it was the camaraderie and the pride and the get-together is what I really liked about it.
Chris Moriello, redshirt freshman, pulled out a big win at 157 just before intermission. How big was that?
It was, Ryan started it,
Right.
getting a win. We knew they could win the first 3 weights. Heck, we knew those next 2 weights were weights that can go either way. We're like, wow, we can be down 5 weights to none at the first 5. We didn't think it was going to happen, but it was a possibility. So Ryan won it. And then Chris, being the Long Island kid, needed a takedown to get it back in the match, and then getting a takedown to win it. Getting 2 takedowns in the last minute just to win the match. The way he did it, it brought energy to everybody.
Absolutely.
And belief. Like I said, Ryan started it. Ryan probably put the pause on the train, and then Chris got it going in our direction, if that makes sense.
And Sage Hella followed after the intermission with a big pin, and the rest is rolling along.
For sure. Ricky won a match. It was 5-3, but we kind of it was a dominating 5-3. We were never in jeopardy of losing the match, I thought. Kind of controlled the match. And then, Sage came out and gave up points early, and then came back, dominated, and got a big pin. And then, like I said, Damiana lost, we thought a heartbreaker. And then, and I'm sure you're going to get into, Nays came up huge.
Big win for him, putting Hofstra ahead, and then obviously Mike Hughes sealing the deal with a major decision. As we're now 4 weeks away, the countdown continues for the EIWA championships, and tickets are available online at Hofstra and also in person at the Hofstra ticket office. Please get your tickets early.
It'd be great.
A good weekend,
Yeah, it was good.
Encouraging, very encouraging.
It was good. Like I said, the camaraderie. At the end of the day, you always, I try not to get too high and too low. It's hard. In fact, I do a better job of not getting too high than I do of getting too low, me personally. I don't want to read too much into it. They're a good team. They beat Kent State, who beat us pretty good. As I said, we had a bad weekend that weekend against Kent State. So, that shows progress, it shows improvement, but let's not get too ahead of ourselves. You know what I mean? It's, we're excited. Things are going in the right direction. We're still, a long way away where we want to be, but we're a long way away from where we came from. So we can have pride in that, but we're back to work and we're moving on to the next task.
The Pride now 8-7, 2-2 in the EIWA as we return to conference play this weekend, this Saturday, February 3rd, at the David S. Mack Physical Education Center when the Dragons of Drexel come to town. Dragons are 8-3, 3-3 overall, and they've become a little bit of a fierce rival in recent years.
Yeah, and they're, I don't know if they are, and they've been ranked in the top 25.
Not this week.
Yeah, not this week. I think because they just lost to Binghamton, and they got dropped out. They're a very good team. They have 6 ranked guys. They're EIWA, and there's a chance we may have guys out only because we did some weight switches, as you know, and some of those guys need matches, and we may be forced to send them to the Edinburgh Open on Saturday. So there may be starters in our lineup that may not be in our lineup because they're going to be wrestling at Edinburgh. It's more important that they go get matches,
right.
for the national, for the IWA national tournament. We haven't decided if we're going to do that yet. We might not. We're weighing our pros and cons and what the smarter thing to do is. So tough task to do when you're wrestling a good team who's going to probably bring their A game. But we're finally getting to the point that we have other guys to put in there that can compete, and we're going to go. I don't think a lot of people expected us to beat Buffalo, and even though it was 25-17, I felt like we won more than that, if that makes sense. I felt like we dominated a little more than that, and there's no reason why we can't do it again. So we're excited about the challenge, and whoever we put out there, and it may be our normal 10, and whoever we put out there, we'll be ready to go.
And Drexel comes in with a couple of ranked wrestlers, Austin DeSanto at 133 and Stephen Loiso at 197, so there'll be a couple of good matches.
For sure, and DeSanto has been wrestling a little bit. I know he got banged up at the scuffle. I thought he wrestled after, but he was out last week. He might be in. He's a true freshman superstar. Kid can wrestle, man. He's ranked 4th in the country as a true freshman. Tells you how good he is. But those are the only guys ranked in the top 20. On the coaching rank, I believe they have 6 guys. I believe they're 65-pounders ranked. They're 74-pounders ranked. They're 97-pounders ranked. They're 25. If I remember, but they're ranked in the top 33. We usually go off the top 20. They have two guys in the top 20, like you said. 97, which is Nays transferred from Drexel. Right. Those guys used to be teammates, and 33, and we'll see if he's in the lineup or not. But we'll see. We got our ranked guy, and we expect to be able to do good things against him.
Well, good luck this week against the Dragons of Drexel, and we'll talk to you next week.
I appreciate it. Again, get out there for this week, and then when we have Sacred Heart the following week, the guys noticed it really helped us 100%. And, we don't want you there. We need you there. So I'd love to have you.
And thank you for watching the WB Mason Coaches Report on GoHofstra.com.